Ladies and gentlemen, how are you today? Welcome to another edition of Smoke Lounge. Liz, good flipping evening. Louis, Medina, much appreciated. Always coming through, showing support. Appreciate y'all. And before we start, let's get started. Before we get to the intro, we're gonna talk about a couple of things that happened today, newsworthy, um, and pretty much my opinion on Mike McDaniels and the play calling. Plus, we're gonna get into Mike Gerard Mayo's press conference when he talks about the Miami Dolphins, and it's some eye opener. So grab your cigar, get your drink, and we'll be back.
New seasons, new gear. Show the world what it means to be a fan in 100% authentic gear. Fanatics, officially licensed everything.
Get ready to dive into a new world of online shopping with the Fins Tailgate. Whether you're a die-hard sports fan or just looking for the latest fashion trends, we've got you covered. With a wide variety of products from your favorite sports teams to stylish accessories and home decor, we're your one-stop shop for all things tailgate. Our easy-to-use website and hassle-free checkout process make shopping with us a breeze. Plus, with frequent sales and discounts, you won't want to shop anywhere else. So come on in and join the party at the Fins Tailgate, your new go-to destination for all things tailgate.
What's up? How y'all doing? Welcome to another edition of Smoke Lounge. I see some people in here, man. EM, what's going on? Salute to you, my brother. Red, White, and Bills. Adam Sadowski. Raphael Courtright, what's up? Yeah, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. Come on. But anyway, look. Today I woke up to some news about how Dolphins did not offer Andrew Van Ginkel a contract. As a matter of fact, they found it peculiar that with the productive season he had and things of that nature, that they didn't even give him an offer. I think, and they're speculating. Excuse me. They're speculating that Van Ginkel wanted to come to Miami, but obviously he's going to go where he's wanted. And I was a little bit disturbed with that news that they had a chance to maybe retain Andrew Van Ginkel, but then it hit me. Even if we did have Andrew Van Ginkel, we still only put up 45 points this year. Andrew Van Ginkel wasn't going to help this inept offense. It's not the defensive side of the ball that needs help. It's the offense. And unless Andrew Van Ginkel was going to catch passes or run touchdowns, then I don't think he was going to help us anyway. And of course, we have the news of Jalen Phillips spraining his ankle. And maybe, just maybe, thank God that we still have Chubb maybe on his way here, because so Michael K. What's up, Michael K? Are you really that fascinating in my wardrobe? Are you that bored of I guess listen. When the Dolphins are doing so terrible, you gotta look for little things like what people are wearing. Damn, we that bad, aren't we? Holy shit. I had no idea we were that terrible that Michael K has to look at my clothing because he ran out of shit to say about the Dolphins. Holy shit. But welcome anyway, bro. Anyway, I don't think, like I said, I don't know. People say he came too soon, came too early, but listen, he was playing well. Well, at least the first game, not the other games. But yeah, we have Kamara and Chop Robinson still in the fold. It is what it is. Yeah, I think we have I think that we need. I'm glad we know what I'm saying. Okay, we have Chop Robinson, we have Kamara, and we have Chubb still coming through. So I don't know, would Phillips made a difference to this team? I don't know. He hasn't been making an impact the last couple of games, but who to say he was playing with the who was to say he wasn't, had this injury beforehand, and now it's coming to light. But it is what it is. What's up, Jarvis Eubanks? Greg, I'm not depressed, Michael K. But I appreciate the concern. And I tell you what, Jamie Raycart, what's up? Look, I'm not confident. I don't want my team to lose, but hey, listen. What's up, Joe Rist? I am not confident in Sunday's game. I mean, again, it's not the defense that I'm worried about. It's this inept offense. And if you look at some of the passes that he missed wide open, a lot of those passes were off target. Yeah, they should have still. The players try to catch it, but a lot of them were way off target. And it was hard to come down. As a man, speaking of which, man, I read this stat, which is kind of funny. Not really funny, but at least not to, but I think it is. I read this stat right here. Jared Goff, right, has more receiving touchdowns than Deebo Samuels, Brandon Ayuk, Jalen Waddle, George Pickens, Sam Laporta, Travis Kelce, Trey McBride, and Mark Andrews. Now, I was gonna save this for Insomnia, but the third name intrigued me. He has more receiving yards than Jalen Waddle. And why that intrigues me is because he was the guy that we extended just before the season started. He didn't get a big deal. He wasn't like one of the highest paid receivers or anything like that. I think he got a fair market value. But still, he got extended for the long haul. And yeah, man. And I want to look up his stats real quick. All right, Jalen Waddle right now. He has played 4 games, 17 receptions, 20 targets. Out of 20 targets, 212 yards and 0 touchdowns. As a matter of fact, our receiving room has a total of 2 receiving touchdowns. Let that sink in. Luis, ¿qué pasa, mi hermano? How crazy is that, man? And people think that Andrew Van Ginkel would have fixed everything. Look, again, I like Andrew Van Ginkel. What's up, John Featherland? Ryan AP. I like Andrew Van Ginkel, but to think that Andrew Van Ginkel was going to get our receivers more touchdowns is crazy. It's not this defense, it's this freaking offense. What up, Crypto? I don't think it's this offense. I mean, defense. Again, that's why I was upset that we didn't sign Van Ginkel, and a lot of players are because they like him. But at the end of the day, like I said, in the long run, I don't think he would have made a difference in winning. he maybe would have got a couple of more. We would have had more sacks. Yeah, sure. Maybe an interception here or there. A defensive touchdown, maybe. But at the grand scheme of things, would Andrew Van Ginkel really have us at 2-2, 3-1? No, we still be where we at right now at 1-3 and doubting ourselves against the Patriots. Nene, what's up? So what is frustrating is the money that we could have gave Van Ginkel, we gave it to a wide receiver that hasn't seen the field yet. A wide receiver that has no timing. Even if Tua was here, they have no timing. So yeah. Anyway, I listened to as I always do. I listened to the head coach of the Patriots. All right. Now, this coach is also 1-3. And I want you to hear the difference between Mike McDaniels and this coach. And let's see if you guys could spot the difference with this coach versus the other coach, our coach. And again, I don't think press conferences win you anything. But let's see. And by the way, shout out to the Blitz pickup. By the way, it's coming on pretty soon. So here we go.
Good afternoon, friends. Look, excited to get back on the practice field and go out there and compete and get ready to play against a good football team. Don't want to sleep.
He said a good football team. I wonder who he's talking about. He said good football team. Well, let's finish hearing what he says.
Sleep on these guys. I know they have some struggles and things like that, but this is still a very good football team with weapons across the board, offensively, defensively, and also special teams. So, like I said, excited. I think the guys, they came in today. We changed the page. We're moving forward. We understand what we have to do to win this game. And just like every week, we have those targets out there. We just have to go out there and execute and hit those targets. And that's what we fully anticipate. I know a lot of you guys are wondering about Dave Andrews. So, it's already out there at this point. It's going to require surgery, and he will probably go on IR and be done for the season. Fire away.
There you go. Clear and concise.
How big a blow is that to you guys?
It's tough. One thing about Dave, the first word I would say is just toughness. He's a guy who he's been a captain here. He has great leadership ability. He's tough. He's able to communicate across the front, and it's definitely a huge loss. With that being said, we got to, next man up. And I know that sounds very cliche, but that's the mentality. Fully expect him to still be around the building, and, maybe he'll be a future coach at some point in time, but we'll see.
It seems like Nick Leonard is that one to step in. What's your confidence level in Nick, and what have you seen from him?
Good. I thought Nick did a decent job stepping in there this past game, and now that he'll get more reps during practice, you expect him to continue to get better every single day. So that's our expectation.
You mentioned earlier this week that you and Elliott were going to meet, talk about some of the linemen and stuff, people that were out there, and talk about that. Any updates on that about possibly bringing somebody in?
Not at this current time. And we talked about the question here was about the veteran offensive linemen that were out there, and so we're not on that at this current time.
Yeah, man. I tell you what, it's kind of hard. it's kind of hard to see a Patriots press conference with a head coach and not being Bill Belichick. But yeah, I guess I got to get used to it.
What is the position of center in this offense as far as being kind of the one in charge?
It's very important. I always say, you want to see the same picture, and it starts with the center. It starts with the quarterback and the center and the quarterback, I would say. So it's definitely important as far as being on the same page, IDing the mic points and all those stuff. So, with that being said, Nick, he can
look what he said right there, man. There is. I'll send you the link in a second, Crypto. There is. You see what he said right there? An importance between quarterback and center. He realizes that in order for the quarterback to have success, he needs a good center. Not these retreads that we've been dealing for years. But I digress. Maybe Van Ginkel could play center.
Can do it. He's proved that he can do it, and hopefully he continues to get better.
Understanding how important David is to the offense, how does his injury affect the plan for Drake?
I would say those are independent of each other. You always want to have a veteran center in there, but with that said, they don't tie in together.
How do you not let a woe is me attitude take hold when you see the injuries starting to affect key guys?
For us, it's about mental toughness. It's about mental agility, and we won't be rigid in our thought, and we're going to try to put the best team out there. I'm not really a big woe is me or anything like that. We knew going into the season we would take our lumps, and even after the first game when we beat Cincinnati, we understood that this is unsustainable as far as winning that way. With that being said, there have been things that we've done well, especially after the first two games. Those were competitive games. The third one wasn't so competitive, and this past one, we still had an opportunity as bad as we played. And I think it still comes down to execution.
Look at that, execution. Something my man Lewis has been saying. It takes execution. At the end of the day, I don't know why he's not saying 167 times, Ryan Bills. But yeah, I liked how everybody wants to take away Mike McDaniel's play calling, right? And to be honest with you, I don't think he should have had it in the first place because of where the team was. Now, see, Gerard Mayo is in a different circumstance than Mike McDaniel. See, when Mike McDaniels took over a team, it was a team that had playoff aspirations. This team is lucky to be 500. So at the end of the day, he has less expectations put on his shoulders, so he could take his lumps. At the end of the day, he also is not, he could learn with the team, but at the end of McDaniels was learning how to be not only was he learning how to be a head coach on the fly, but he was also learning how to be a play caller because he had never called plays anywhere. Yeah, maybe he gave Shanahan a few suggestions here and there, but he wasn't a play caller. So now you're trying to juggle being a head coach, which encompasses special teams, defense, and offense. You have to do so much more responsibilities with becoming a head coach than just being an offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator. So now he's been calling plays for 3 years. And once you have that play calling ability, it's hard to give that up. It's like putting the toothpaste back in the tube.
Looking at your season now, 4 games through, are you not playing Drake because you're concerned he's going to get hurt?
I'm not really thinking about that. Look, Jacoby's our starter. He's our starting quarterback this week. And I think Jacoby has showed a lot of toughness out there. You know, going back, even looking at the film, there are times where.
Damn, look at that. Look how he said when they asked about the color, the quarterback, he just said it straight up. Jacoby's my guy. He wasn't looking up and down the room to give a political correct answer. He just said, "Hey, Jacoby Brissett's our guy. We're moving forward with Jacoby Brissett."
You know, an average guy would not be able to get back up, and I think he's done a good job with that.
Have you at all considered giving Antonio Gibson a start this weekend, given Ramondre's fumbling issues and
that's definitely under consideration, and I've had multiple conversations with Ramondre. But look, we can't preach that ball security is job security and still have him out there the majority of the time. So I think it sends a stronger message to the players that there are certain things that we just can't do to win, especially with the team that we have today.
How do you make a point on that with the edge stuff? Are you at the same point?
Yeah.
Keon just on the first couple third downs there, but he doesn't always play there.
That's right. He doesn't. Look, one thing I'll say about Keon, and once again, if it was something that was happening on a week-to-week basis, like the fumbling with Ramondre, that's a little bit different with Keon. And I would say, as far as the edge is concerned, it's not just one person. It's been different people every single week. Look, if you were to take a snapshot, and I think it's important to remember that we are still early in the season, but Keon has been one of our most impactful players, and we look forward to his continued growth. But again, it comes down to execution. It comes down to discipline. It comes down to doing what's right for the team and not for the individual. And I would say, when you go back and look at some of those plays, you think, look, we're not good on third down. Why? It's not because we're not covering guys. It's because we're giving the quarterback a chance to get outside the pocket. And I think we just need to play better as a team and not as individuals for us to have a good chance at winning games.
Damn. You took the words right out of my mouth. He's an open book. Refreshing. It is.
Surprised you, Gerard, the lack of execution, maybe on the defensive side of the ball, where you're coming from with what you've seen so far, especially.
Well, I like how he takes accountability. Listen to this, color.
In the last couple of games as a team.
Yeah, as a team. And look, I take 100% accountability for that. Like, it's my job to get these guys on the roster ready to go out there and play at a high level. And the last couple of weeks, we just have not done that. So I'll take that one.
Gerard, you described your first win in Cincinnati.
Look at that. What's up, Crypto?
Hey, man, what's going on?
Yeah, man. You see,
What's
look at
happening?
this, man. Gerard Mayo already. Again, he has more of an excuse than McDaniel. McDaniel, he doesn't have a team that's expected to go to the playoffs. McDaniels does, and I'm already seeing a big difference in accountability between the two coaches.
So rude. Not playing.
You can't talk to people like that way, Crypto.
Is unsustainable.
Right.
We've heard you describe it that way before. Can you explain
That's
why?
why I'm just giving you a snapshot on what we told the team. I mean, in this league, you have to score points to go out there and win. You have to.
Yes, you heard that? Score points. I looked up a stat earlier.
He's
Crypto.
trying to overcome something.
Our wide receivers, right? We have two receiving touchdowns in 4 games. Not
Yeah. Right.
When
going into week 5. That's crazy.
2 receiving touchdowns.
Those are things that you have to do.
That's
and
insane.
There aren't too many games you're going to
stat.
win if you score under, let's just say, 21 points.
Gerard.
There you go.
Uh-oh. He's focused on scoring, huh?
You just said that.
I think that's part of the game, ain't it?
One of your players is.
They may have added that element somewhere along the line. I'm not quite sure which part. They've added that element.
Do you concur with that, and how do you feel about a player voicing that?
No, I'm okay with the player voicing that because that's what I said in the squad meeting. And so everything I say to the players, I'm not saying it as a secret. We just have to play better together. And especially defensively. Like, well, I would say across the board, it takes 11 people to make a big play. I know one person gets all the praise and things like that, but it takes everyone being on the same page. And I agree with DG in regards to some of
By the
those
way,
plays
he was a 5th round draft pick for
are
us.
selfish plays. That's exactly what it is.
Not
at this current time.
Out there that Devontae Adams would prefer to be traded. Do you anticipate pursuing him?
Yeah,
All right, he really doesn't speak much about the Dolphins, but I just wanted to give everybody a compare and contrast between their guy and our guy.
Right.
Why, if we lose to them, he seems more about team versus Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, two people.
Individual accomplishment.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm looking that the Patriots are staring at us. Well, this is the battle of the. This is the. I'm going to name this game. This is going to be the Cellar Bowl.
Yeah.
As in cellar in the bottom of the house, where all the freaking costumes and the the gardening tools and all that is in the bottom beneath the house. That kind of cellar. This is the Cellar Bowl, the basement bowl. Whoever lose get this honor to be the permanent basement. Yeah, this is the basement bowl. Who gets that distinguished this weekend?
Hey, listen. All I know is I'm hoping that Denver and the Dolphins in the same place, whether 3rd or 4th place, whatever, because there's a good chance that they're going to be playing in Denver, and my sister-in-law lives in Denver, so I'm going to go to that game.
If we end up in the same place as them,
yeah,
because we have to play them on the road.
Hopefully, there's a chance that they might come here, but we might go there. Hey, we'll call it. They'll call it. What's it called? Denver's revenge for that 70-point.
Right.
We put on them.
You're right. They'll be looking to put all out revenge in that game. Every opportunity to score, they're gonna try to run up the score on us. You're like, yeah, we remember. Oh yeah, kind of like college football teams do when you put up a lot of points on them, they have that opportunity to finally get you back. Oh yeah, they're gonna run it up. See, the thing is, we never run up a score on the Patriots, so they won't necessarily try to do it to us. They just want to win the game and get out of there. So we ain't got that coming in this game because we didn't run up. We wasn't in position to run up the score on them. We beat them, I think, 7-12 both games. We won by 7 points. So yeah, it's crazy. Remember the last time we played them, that in the game that we lost to them, Brissett was the starter. He was playing for us.
Yeah.
Now he's playing for them. The last time we played against them. Would that be crazy?
It was Teddy Bridgewater. Oh,
Bridgewater was in that game. Okay, why was I thinking Brissett?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was when McDaniel was the head. I think McDaniel was that coach.
Yeah, it was McDaniel's first year.
Yeah, it was McDaniel's first year. Yeah, so it was. What's up, Color?
Not much, guys. Yeah, that was the week that we were fighting over who gave us the better chance, Teddy or Skyler. Remember?
Oh yeah.
And we went with Teddy, and then the next week against the Jets, we went with Skyler.
By the way, I was listening to you and damn, I forgot his name. Mike on the mic this morning. I didn't say. I couldn't comment too much because But man, I was listening to the press conference, and I tell you what, it's a night and day difference, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And McDaniel said a lot of things that made me feel better.
Yeah, he did.
Than recent press conferences, obviously. But It's still, I just don't know whether I can believe it or not. You look at the guy, you can look at a guy like Mayo, and you believe every word coming out of his mouth. He can be telling you complete lies, and you wouldn't care. You're like, nah, okay, yeah, I'll go with that. You know.
Well, let me put it to you like this, Color. Let's say I'm picking you up for work every morning, right? And once a week I pick you up and I'm late, and then I'm late again. And I tell you what, I promise you this Friday I'm gonna be on time. Then next Friday I'm late. And then no, all right, for sure I'm gonna be on time this Friday, and I'm late again. So if I tell you I'm gonna be on time next Friday, are you really gonna take my word for it?
Or if I sat down and gave you a long word speech saying, I understand this and that, and I've got to do better, and blah blah blah, and this and that has to change, and then I'm late again. You know what I mean? Like, do you really, or should say, you get to that point where a person's saying that to you, and you're like, you can tell me anything, you can tell me the sky is blue, and I just don't believe you now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because
it's like the cried wolf story,
Like his first year, he says, you know what? I'm going to run the ball more. I apologize to the running backs. Year 2, he abandons the run again.
Yeah, and it's
And he said
arguable
it
that
again
he
this
even
year.
does that.
He said it again this year, and he abandoned the run again.
Right, but it's even arguable whether he even does that. So he's admitting to faults that I'm not even sure exist. Like when he came out and apologized for not running more, it was like, bro, you're already at 50%. Like, what are you apologizing for? You know what I mean? Maybe not running enough in practice. That could be the case.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, we need to give him another. Listen, I don't need to give McDaniel jack shit. It's Ross that needs to give him the fucking chance.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, Ross doesn't give a damn what I think.
And you know what else? The players have to give him the chance.
Mm-hmm.
And by giving them the chance, that's playing for him. That's saying, we're giving you a vote of confidence. We're gonna run through a brick wall for you, win or lose. That's the players saying, we choose McDaniel. We choose to give him another chance. But the players just don't seem to believe in it. Because remember, you can blame the players for not executing at a higher level or a high level. But you could also say, if somebody don't believe in something, they're not going to execute at a high level. If I don't believe it's a good idea to swim out to the middle of the ocean, I'm probably not going to do it very well.
Damn.
I'll probably drown. You know what I mean?
And here's the thing. Damn, he went off. And I was thinking about this is like, for instance, there's a difference between when you're running a show and when you're co-hosting it, right? When you're running the show, you have a little more control. You like it's a good control versus when you're co-hosting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We should. But anyway, that's what I'm trying to say is, so once you've had a taste of that control, it's like, damn, I like that control, And I think that's what's going to happen with Mike McDaniel with play calling. That's something he has control over, and I don't think he's going to be giving up that anytime soon.
Right. I got you. And I'm not so sure, though, that it's not like, I don't know if we can even measure his play calling ability right at the moment, because the things he said to me make me think that it's all just coaching. Like the play calling and the way it is, like if we can't, we don't really know, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a time and place for everything. And I'm just of the thought that, you're going to have to coach throughout the season. There's going to be times where you're going to jeopardize your ability to win by making a point to your team. Okay. I'm just of the thought that if you've got the tools to do it and get it done real quick and then do all that. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, by the way, real quick, B21, is that Bob Barker in your avatar? Looks like Bob Barker.
It does, actually. That's weird.
Yeah. Come on down. He
You
died
should
at
turn the
99.
coaching over to
He
Covey,
died. Hey, he died without going over $1.
right? See, you shouldn't turn the coaching over to me. You know why? Part of the reason I would be a good coach is because I know I wouldn't be.
Mm.
So you probably don't want to turn it over to me.
I mean, it's hard to manage those
Kind of
egos
it's a
too.
paradox. It's like part of being a good leader is knowing that you're not a good leader. Part of knowing everything is knowing that you don't know everything.
Okay.
Hmm.
What did I
Okay,
miss?
that's apparently that's Pat
I got
Riley
a cheap
sleeping.
service here.
That's Pat Riley. Looks like Bob Barker.
I can't think of a single time in my life, Shake, that I made a mistake.
Pat Riley.
I
Pat
tried
Riley,
really
huh?
hard, but there was one time I thought I did, but I was wrong.
All right.
So it's the most important lesson I've ever learned in life. I never make a mistake. One time I thought I did, but I was wrong.
John Fallon, it's called knowing your limitations.
Exactly. Dunning-Kruger. You got to know what part of the slope you're on the Dunning-Kruger slope. You got to know where you're at. And the more you know where you're at, the lower you don't go down the slope. It's about knowing what you don't know. That's what the Dunning-Kruger effect is. It's a measure of how much of what you don't know that you know.
I thought Dunning-Kruger was like Freddy Krueger's cousin or something.
Right. Yeah.
Oh man,
Like when
I
somebody
don't know.
doesn't know enough to know that they're wrong, that's it. That's the Dunning-Kruger effect.
At the end of the day, I think when just like with last year, right? When Bill Belichick was winning, right, and was hoisting Lombardi trophies, nobody gave a fuck that he was rude to the reporters and grunting. But the second he started losing, the press conferences, people start putting him under a microscope, And I think that's what's going on with McDaniels right now, because at the end of he knows, if let's say he was to win out, hypothetically, I know it's never going to happen, but let's say he was to win out, nobody would ever. He'd be joking and laughing again.
Yeah, and we would forget that this time ever existed, much like the 1988 and 89 or 87 and 88 season when Dan Marino threw 1 billion interceptions and the media jumped all over him and it was over for him and he's washed and all this. 10 years later, nobody even remembered that happened.
Yeah.
We saw we drafted Richmond Webb and Keith Sims and everybody forgot that ever even happened.
Well, that's a pre-strike year.
That's why I believe Richmond Webb deserves the Hall of Fame. He got the media. He got the media off Dan Marino's back, not just the linemen, not just the D line. He kept the media off his back too.
Yep. Well,
that's
Bruce
the
credit.
role that Richmond Webb played for this organization. People don't
Bruce
even have
said
a
he should be in
clue
there.
how deep the rabbit hole goes on what Richmond Webb did for us, man. Dude deserves the Hall of Fame, man.
Richmond Webb the thing I like about him too, he's part of the community too. He's part of the Dolphins community.
Yep. Once he started, blocking, it was like all that interception talk, all that hassle from the media was just gone right out the building, man.
Yeah, Richmond could have easily just packed his bags and just went back to Texas or whatever. Went back to his hometown
and as bad as it was against,
but he stayed in the community, point.
As bad as things were always against the Bills, they could have been that much worse because he was blocking Bruce.
Damn. Shout out to IMAX with the master. This is the Master at Works reference. My fellow law fans. That's what Master at Works calls us.
Our law fans.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Mr. Brander himself, huh? MAW.
I get you, X Factor, but if you want more of the West Coast and this minutia that we have here, you get a Kubiak in the building, and that's what we got.
By the way, Michael K wants to know when you're gonna get a new
microphone. You can't hear me?
It sounds a little.
Yeah, what's on? It's going out.
No, it like skips every once in a while. It sounds like you gotta clear your throat sometimes. So Michael K is just being hypersensitive.
No, I'm trying to see the quality of the sound. Check it.
Like it cracks more than Fred's. Well, Fred is partly that's his voice cracking, Michael K, not the microphone.
Hey, listen, I don't doubt you've been saying that for years, but when I first heard Dolphins, it was from
I've always
Master
said
at
this
Work.
one.
So I'm not saying he's invented it, but that's where I first heard it was from.
It
Master
might
at
be
Work.
your Bluetooth connection if you're using an earbud crypto.
By the way, I missed that.
Might
dude,
just need
man.
to be reconnected.
Yeah, it's the Bluetooth that I'm paired to, and also my internet itself. The actual mobile towers here is not getting a strong signal because it's going in and
One
out.
thing about Master at Work, right, is he with his videos making fun of the Dolphins. He was the only one who made me laugh at my own misery.
Yeah, he do. Yeah, especially when he clips up TD.
He quit the game from some health issues, I understand.
Yeah.
Oh,
He had to retire from the social media.
Well, Godspeed.
Yeah, he kind of took a step back, and now Cody is taking over for him on the AFC East roundtable.
Now that he's got all that free time on his hands, he can bring us some Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
Mm-hmm. By the way, did you see the title of Friday's Drive Time show?
No,
not yet.
No. What is it?
Look, color, and see if you can tell me real quick. Let's see.
Let's see here.
What about now? Can you guys?
It hasn't been updated
now?
on my end yet.
Okay.
It's still showing
it's clam chowder and Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, I probably just need to refresh the page. Hold on.
Yeah.
No, it still hasn't updated on my end yet.
Yeah, it's clam. The name of Friday's drive time is clam chowders and Dunkin' Donuts.
Clam chowder and Dunkin' Donuts. That's about right.
Mm-hmm.
I did the standard shipping up the Boston title this morning, Jake. I do it every year when we go there. I like the song, so you know.
Oh yeah, remember that movie Departed? That was
that's from The Departed.
Yeah.
The group is Dropkick Murphys, and that kind of like they've always been like B kind of list punk band, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then that getting the soundtrack to that movie made them zillionaires, pretty much, dude. Like that, you know what I mean? That was them finally getting rewarded for decades of great punk music that nobody ever heard because, you know, it was punk music, you know what I mean? And nobody was into that until like the 90s.
Yeah, man. Listen, one thing about the bagpipes is if you know what you're doing, you can. It sounds really good.
Well, that was their shtick. Was they add the bagpipe to the punk sound? You know what I mean? It goes really, really well.
The Scottish bagpipes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They do a punk rendition of Amazing Grace that's freaking amazing, for lack of a better word.
By the way, I was wondering, Crypto, being that you're going to be on Miss Finn's in about 10 minutes, ask her if we could do the verses today, or she has something else planned.
Oh, for the you mean you guys dropping in or doing a recording later?
No, dropping in to compete with you guys.
All right. So you would just need the link pretty much. She hasn't sent me the link yet. I don't know what's going on with Miss Finn's.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Do the versus peak picks this week. Yeah.
I haven't got the link
I
yet.
almost recovered last week.
I wonder if she forgot it's Wednesday because of Monday Night Football.
I did too. I ain't gonna lie.
So did I. When I was thinking
Monday
of
night
show,
pushes it back another day. Like, wait a minute.
when I was thinking of show material this morning, I'm like, oh shit, it's Wednesday. I need to be talking about the Patriots already.
Yep. No
But yeah,
Patriots.
Jacoby Brissett. Listen, all I know is I thank God they didn't.
Hell no, we might get to do May, right?
Yeah, listen, no, we're getting Jacoby Brissett.
Okay. He said.
Oh yeah. Mayo just made it clear, in no uncertain terms, unlike some other people we know. Oh, by the way, did you see my my comment earlier, Shake, when Mayo said it was about execution?
Yeah.
I put in the chat. I said Mike McDaniel would have used the words executive activity. We need better executive activity. Well, no, he would have even chopped up better. He would have said, "We need a higher level of executive activity."
No, but I'll tell you what. One thing I do agree with you, Cutter, about as far as about you bought season tickets because you thought this team was going to be competitive, not because of tailgates. I go because of the tailgates, but it's also because they're competitive.
Yeah,
Like, for
of
instance,
course. I don't knock anybody. I didn't mean to knock anybody for just going for the tailgates. But for me, in my part, the food ain't that great. You know what I mean?
Tailgate.
And just like, for instance, I'm not going to the Houston game. I would like to meet up with Mike on the mic and all these people, but if we're not being competitive, what the hell? I mean,
exactly, and then I can understand.
That's what I'm saying. My December tickets may be resold.
If I've already got season tickets, which I do, and it's over with, I'm
just going to 3 games this year. If that's the case,
I can only speak to the fact that I wouldn't have bought them had I known. But now that they're bought, I mean, yeah, if we're going to have such a trash product on the field, then yes, the tailgate and the meet and greets does become a little more enjoyable and entertaining than the game itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm going for the meet and greets. I'm going for the meet and greets on Cardinals
this
game.
is it, everybody. It's all about the tailgate this year. Forget it. Forget going inside. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's what everybody should do. They should just not go inside and just do tailgates.
Craig Sebring with the $2 donation. If we lose Sunday, do you think someone's getting fired? I don't think so. I think the
offer goes out. Put it like that, Craig Sebring.
I think if they fire him, I think they're gonna continue the course with the tank. We're gonna actually tank right this time.
Right. That's all they're gonna say. They're gonna be given license, and they'll be given a set of instructions and talking points on as soon as the game ends. Stephen Ross is gonna come down to the sideline and he's gonna hand out brochures.
And like, yeah,
that's
you
what
know,
he's gonna
do. How many fingers am I holding up, Tua? No, you answered too late. You know what? Let's put you on IR for the rest of the season.
Well, everybody already knows my answer to that question, and it's yeah, I do. Simply, mainly now because I don't see any reason to wait if that's what they're going to do. It seems like a waste of time not to just get it done. Plus, bringing in an interim gives them plausible deniability on the tank. Because remember, tanking is still against the rules.
Yeah, but
so they have plausible deniability to the league if they say, well, we're losing because we got an interim head coach. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well,
right, because they didn't stick to the script.
Well, here's the thing.
Actually, technically, they did stick to the script. They just did it indirectly.
This is why I say they're going to. All right, here's my reasoning. Because if they hire Anthony Weaver, you already seen, has the defense wrapped up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's going to want to make a name for himself. Even if he doesn't get hired here, he's going to make a name for himself for another team.
Of course.
So he's going to get some wins. Versus if they checked out of McDaniels, let's ride the momentum and get and let's ride that momentum loss and get
However,
that pick.
McGee is a brainiac. What if he comes up with something that we can win with a bunch of scrubs with, and wants to thumb them in the eye just like Flores did? You know what I mean?
Oh, let's hope.
I mean, I don't know if they want to take that chance again. They'll bring somebody in and say, "Look, you're not getting hired, unless you agree to lose football games." You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of getting him in the building and try bribing him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. They'll sweeten the offer because it'll be like on the fly tank. It won't be like, okay.
You know what? To
it'll
Shake's
be on
point
the
about
fly.
McDaniel and riding it with McDaniel, that was my original thought for the extension, was that instead of giving them $100,000 per game, they just prepaid it all with that extension.
Right, it's already prepaid.
And they're gonna fire him anyway.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
And you might say that's a waste of money, but the coach's salary doesn't go against our salary cap. So that's why I don't understand why people are like, we got too much money in them to fire them. That don't mean nothing.
And let me remind you that
that's a rounding error on his interest statement.
Exactly.
Stephen Ross. That's a rounding error.
Listen. I want you to think about this. The Dolphins right now is worth $7 billion. Stephen Ross is worth $10 billion. So I'm $17 billion. So you take away the Dolphins, he's still worth $10 billion.
Right. And how much did we pay McDaniel? How much are we paying McDaniel?
10 million or something like that. It was like 10 or so,
something like that. Yeah. I mean, he's
That's
already
nothing.
Ross is already, when he gave that extension, Ross has already thrown that money out the window. He can do anything he wants with McDaniel's job.
When he gave that extension, when he opened up his brokerage account statement, he saw the 10,000 back in there from his investments.
Right, of course. My point is,
he made it back already.
He earned money, so
right.
Making the decision to fire him doesn't make him lose any more money. That's no different than if you burned your jersey. They still got the money from you.
Exactly.
That's
why I never understood why people burn jerseys.
Yeah, because they know you're a sycophant fan. They know you're going to buy another jersey to replace it 2 years from now anyway, when you come back.
Unless you was really serious about that team and you was just
unless it's a player's
jersey.
Unless it's a player's jersey that you want out of there, then I could see that. Like Dak Prescott. I hate Dak Prescott or something like that.
Even
you burn all your freaking merchandise.
I don't know, bro. Even a whole compliment. If you start burning like the Jason Taylor signed plaque and all that stuff, then we can talk. But all this clothing, that's just a way they get rid of moths.
Yeah.
I needed to get rid of all this old stuff anyway.
Yeah.
I would argue, Color, that Ross made money by re-signing McDaniel, by the way.
Well, make that point. I wouldn't disagree with you. I wouldn't disagree with you. Go further.
The argument is, not the argument, but the reason that he made money, we talked about this last night on the amazing show that we had here on TFTG. If you didn't miss it, go check out the show last night. It was wild. It was crazy.
Very rare,
it was fun. It was
very
fun.
rare, good show.
It was.
Definitely. What I'm going to tell you is that all of the moves that Ross has made, and I'm just going to use this offseason as the example, all of them. If you look at the signings we did, we basically signed our quarterback for now until the future, right? He's here. He's not going anywhere. We went and re-signed Waddle, one of our top wide receivers. We re-signed Tyreek, arguably the best wide receiver in the league, right? You re-signed McDaniel, keeping him here for the upcoming future. What that does is show stability, right? First, it means that this organization is stable and that there's no craziness that's about to happen. In addition, with all of the price increases of tickets and re-signing those people, put more butts in the seats, right? He's already made his money by re-signing him, because the fact is, when you go to sell, now you show some huge profit cash machine for anybody that they're going to want to buy into in a heartbeat, right? Because it's like, holy crap, this is worth something. I got to buy in. So look at that 15% that he's looking to sell or already has sold. Yeah, they've already made their money to probably 3 times full of whatever they signed McDaniel for.
Got a jet, guys. Have a great show. I'll catch you all later.
All right, man. Be safe.
But yeah, that's my opinion.
Shout out to the Realist Dolphin YouTube channel. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, but do like Scrappy, man. Hit the like button. It's free. Damn, crypto left.
Man.
So what are we expecting? No, he's back. So what are we expecting today on with the Wolfpack?
On Saturday with the Wolfpack? Saturday, I don't want to ruin it for you guys. Well, first of all, I'm going to say this. Saturday, everything can go. That means if you got something to say or feel a certain way about somebody, go ahead and put it on the table. I don't care, right? I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I think of the Dolphins, what the Dolphins are doing, and ultimately, and I want to make this very clear right now, the Wolfpack is not a hate group. I just want to point that out. We're not some terrorist hate group like some people in the community are trying to use the term Wolfpack and what that means. The whole premise of being a hate group means that you can't show praise, and that is something that I refuse to believe that the Wolfpack is. We will show praise where it's due, and we will, discriminate or hate or whatever negative term you want to use against somebody that doesn't deserve it, right? And the reality is, what it comes down to is accountability. That's what the Wolfpack is. Holding people, let's say Ross, McDaniel, Greer, Tua, even Waddle when he drops the ball, we're going to hold them accountable, right? We're going to hold them accountable for their words and actions and their play on the field. That's what it's about.
Real quick,
go ahead.
Crypto, what do you think of this slogan? Fall on the sword for Cam Ward.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I actually like that. I like that. I like that a lot.
I like that one. Yep.
And by the way,
with a good one too.
I said this when I was on Larry K's channel yesterday. I was watching a snippet of Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco. What's it called? Their show they do, the podcast they do.
Late night.
Yeah. They had Deion Sanders, and Deion Sanders was alluding that he would love for his son to come to Miami.
Yeah, I saw that report.
He would love for him to come. So now he see the opening. He see that the what do you call it? The whole thing. And remember a year ago, before the draft, that Caleb Williams was teasing out that he wouldn't mind playing here. Maybe he should have waited another year, played another year in college. He could have gotten to, you know what I'm saying?
This is true. Wasn't it Coach Prime that said something about we're not gonna just he's not gonna allow his son to go anywhere, we're gonna go where we want, or something like that.
Yeah,
I won't be surprised.
That's when he listed off not 9, but I think 4 or 5 teams.
Yeah. I won't be surprised. Let's say it's some team that, I don't know who's like really. Let's just say not Jacksonville, because they already signed their quarterback. I don't know who needs a quarterback in this league still. Everybody kind of has somebody, right?
For the most part, they kind of.
Let's say Carolina. Let's say Carolina Panthers.
Carolina. Washington already has theirs.
Carolina's the only team that I think that really needs somebody.
The Giants.
Oh yeah. Well, let's say both teams are so dysfunctional or whatever.
Right.
I won't be surprised if Prime tries to do something to manipulate where his kid goes. That's all I'm saying.
Like he's gonna do it like a LeBron.
Yeah, be like LeBron did.
I
In
don't know if it
NBA.
would be a LeBron deal. He might do a John Elway thing.
Yeah.
Because John
I'll
Elway was
tell his
supposed to
kid
play for the
stay away.
Colts, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I thought he was, and then he got
Yeah.
traded.
Mm-hmm. The Colts. Yep.
AB,
And you
what's
look
up?
at
What do you think of AB? Real quick, what do you think of Cam Ward? I really like what would your opinion be on getting Cam Ward to the Dolphins? AB. Seattle, not Seattle.
Seattle has Geno Smith and
They got Geno still there, but
Howell.
yeah,
They got Sam
they let him
Howell as
sit
well.
behind Geno.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be like a sit behind Geno type thing. Yeah.
And I said it before on, especially on Insomnia. The smartest thing that Geno Smith did was take. He got a nice payday, but he didn't break the bank. He left some money so they could build around him, so they could keep.
Yeah, he definitely took a team friendly deal. I want to say the smartest thing he did was leave the Jets. That's
true.
That's the smartest thing he
Hey,
ever
listen,
did.
Looks like the Jets have. I was wrong. I like to admit when I make mistakes, and the Jets can draft quarterbacks. They just don't play, and they just can't.
Yeah, that's true. If you look at it that way, I guess you're kind of right. Shit,
Yeah, they
Geno,
actually do know
you
to
know
draft
who's leading the
quarterbacks,
league right now?
Justin.
Geno Smith. Geno Smith's leading the league right now, so you might be right.
Right. It's just that they don't play for the Jets when they draft them. You're right.
Mhm.
They real good at drafting quarterbacks, just not while
Developing
playing
them.
with them. Right. Yep. They go elsewhere, become good, become great. Damn, Sam Darnold, freaking Geno Smith. Next is gonna be Zach Wilson balling out. wait for
I
Zach
don't know,
Wilson to
bro.
ball out.
I heard the Broncos really like Bo Nix. They say he's really decent. I haven't watched him play yet though, so I don't know.
Did you hear when he said in that press conference? What happened? I just threw it to the other team.
Who did that? Somebody said that this year?
Yeah, Bo Nix.
Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't watch. I didn't hear he said that, but that's interesting.
Yeah, he said, I just threw it to the other
It's like
team.
a no-brainer. He said, "What happened? Just do it to the other team." Okay. I guess that ends it right there, right? That else to
pretty much.
discuss. Oh my God. I guess that's Generation Z, huh?
I threw it to the other team.
Do it to the other
And
team.
what's crazy is if Sean Payton can't fix you, then there's nobody could do for you. He made Jameis Winston look good, Teddy Bridgewater look good, even Taysom Hill to an extent looked good.
Didn't he technically make what's his face become a Hall of Famer after he left the Chargers for the Saints? Drew Brees.
Yeah, Drew Brees. I'm pounding the table for Drew Allard. I don't know what team does he play for, Manny? Drew Allard.
Drew Allard.
I don't know who that is. Have you heard of him, Ali?
I can say I didn't.
Penn State.
Don't strike a bell.
He plays for Penn State.
Penn State.
I don't trust Penn State quarterbacks, to be honest, so I'm not a big fan.
Or tight ends, for that matter.
I've been open to it. No tight end. Damn. You sure Miss Finn's gonna like that?
I want to say, if I'm looking for a new quarterback, and let's say I have the number one pick, it has to be Cam Ward. Right now, as from what we've seen, it has to be. But there's some other quarterbacks in the league that I kind of would be interested in. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
The Cincinnati.
Yep, I'm Team Ward, man. We gotta get that guy in the building, man. We gotta get him in for a workout, man.
Damn, young bucks, old goats. Holy shit, dude, that's me.
Mm.
All right. Here we go. This is Mike Gesicki stats. As of now, he has 19 targets, 15 receptions, 147 yards with 0 touchdowns. So he's balling.
He's balling out, man. Gesicki's on the roll, man. Gesicki, man, before it's all said and done, man, looking at about 900. Man.
It's crazy to think
he's
that
the
Durham Smythe
Cincinnati
is making
Bengal
more money.
Gronkowski, man.
It's crazy to think that Durham Smythe is making more money than he is. Not much more, but he's making more.
Damn.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that? I don't know if that's accurate.
Yeah, because Durham's Gesicki only took $3 million.
How much is Durham getting?
Hold on.
Yeah, I thought Durham was right at 3 or 2.
I hate this freaking thing.
I think I may have found it.
Yeah, he's making $4 million. A max value of $8 million with incentives.
Yeah.
As I said, not that much more, but
Hold up. He's getting 3 point. Well, okay, this is without the incentives. Okay. Next year he gets 4.8 million.
Mm-hmm.
This year it's 3.3 million, but if there's incentives involved, I completely understand. Damn.
Yeah, no, Archie is a freshman, so he I don't think he's I think a freshman or sophomore. I think he's a freshman, right? So he's not. Yeah, he's a freshman, so he's not eligible for next year's draft.
Quinn Ewers isn't too bad, but I have a feeling he's gonna be like, I don't know what it is, but I have a feeling he's gonna be like, what's his face from the Buccaneers? Who's their quarterback? The Bucks. Crypto. Who's the quarterback of the Buccaneers? Mayfield. He's gonna be like Baker Mayfield. He won't be very good in the first couple years, and then he'll end up being a much better quarterback later on. That's what I think is gonna happen. Dude, Gesicki signed for next to nothing. You weren't kidding.
Yeah, $250 million. Yeah, $2 million.
Jesus Christ.
400,000 guaranteed.
Do you remember this guy was trying to get 17 million at one point?
Yeah.
Jeez.
The mighty have fun, and trust me, if he doesn't do well this year, he ain't gonna get he ain't looking at a big contract next year either. I think he thought because he was gonna play with Burrow, he was gonna and some targets have left that he was probably going to get more targets this year. But it's still, hey, look, we're still, it's only a quarter of the season has gone by. So we're in the second quarter of the season. You know, the season is 4 quarters. So right now we're in the second quarter of it. So
if he wants to make money, if he really wants huge production and so he can make the big bucks, he needs to go play with Mahomes, because Mahomes throws to his tight ends all the time.
Yeah.
Especially now, they're going to be throwing to tight ends like crazy. So I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, freaking Juju Smith-Schuster, he went back to the Chiefs because he knows if he does, you know, he's gonna get another payday, like with the Patriots.
Another rumor came out that the Chiefs, not the Chiefs, the Raiders would not entertain a trade with the Chiefs whatsoever, which makes sense because they're in the same division. Because that Devontae Adams trade rumors are going around now, because he wants out.
Shake, what do you think the Dolphins should do with the QB position next year? Well, what I want is for them to, I don't know, maybe draft, like I said, draft the guy. And if Tua comes back and he gets concussed again, we have a contingency plan in place.
I like that idea a lot. I wouldn't mind a scenario just like the Atlanta Falcons, where they have their starter and they already have their guy of the future. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind that scenario at all.
Because if you think about, look what happened with the Eagles, right? The Eagles had Carson Wentz, and they drafted Jalen Hurts, not to be his immediate replacement, but because Carson Wentz never played a healthy season. So if Carson Wentz was to go, their season was done too. So now, once Carson Wentz, unfortunately for Carson Wentz, once you know, Jalen Hurts took over, they never looked back, and they traded him. Not to mention, it happened in the Colts, it happened with Philadelphia, and it happened with Indianapolis. That the Colts, Indianapolis, and Washington. The locker room really hated Carson Wentz. Damn, Gabrielle.
After he left.
Damn, look at this. From tank for Tua to tank with Tua.
Yeah.
Isn't that a plot twist?
That's funny. That's
yes,
funny.
indeed. We're tanking.
All right, gentlemen, I gotta step away.
All right, Ali.
All right,
yeah,
Ali.
I'm gonna close down in about 10 minutes anyway. So be safe, brother. Thank you for stopping by as always.
Tanking with Tua.
Yeah, man. So tomorrow will be our Pick'ems episode. This time I'm gonna make sure I because for some reason last Sunday I picked them and they didn't stay recorded. So I gotta make sure that my picks before Sunday are locked in.
Locked in or before Thursday.
No, before Friday. Before Friday, I got the Thursday. So
you already picked the Thursday game?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So we got you at Owen. You a color tied at Owen 48.
No, no,
Oh,
I
and
got
64.
some wins. I'm just off by a few games.
Yeah, I missed one game too. I missed the last Thursday's game. So I only got 15 games recorded.
Mhm.
I was like, God damn it. And it was a game that I won too.
Yeah. See, you know what, AB,
Cowboys.
my train of thought is, look, here this is my train of thought. We already know Tua's coming back. I'm gonna live again, this is how I see it. What I think is gonna happen. So what I think is gonna happen, I think Tua's coming back. And if he does come back, he's gonna be playing next year. So if he does play well next year, we have this young asset that we could trade for and get our first round draft pick back. Or if not,
No, I'm not even trading him. No, I'm
or
keeping him.
whatever. Either way, just keep him in building
Yeah.
because just in case something happens to Tua, we need a contingency plan at the end of the day. What do you think, Crypto? What's your strategy for the quarterback?
No, I'm trying to get the high draft pick and have them going on. Hit the ground running. Let's get him going. As far as a quarterback, I'm going to draft the quarterback in the first round. Try to get a top 5 pick to get him. One of the top 5 quarterbacks in next year's draft class.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hell, I might even, with all the picks that we do have, pick 2 quarterbacks in next year's draft. Pick one in the first round and pick one in the 6th round. Do what the Patriots did. That way, I get a nice prospect in the 6th round, get a nice can-do talent in the first round, like Ward or somebody, and I'll do that as far as the quarterback position. That would be my all-out break glass. We are in an emergency situation. That's my break glass moment.
So let me ask you this,
because I don't want to be strung along no more with the probability of him coming back and being reliable enough to stay on the field. So I'll just go ahead and I'll just double up on the quarterback position next year's draft.
I want the chat's involvement here too. So on a scale of 1 through 10, I'll give you my answer afterwards. I'll give you my answer, then you guys could, whatever. On a scale of 1 through 10, how confident are you in this front office of finally addressing the offensive line? I'm a 4.5.
This one, 3.
A 3.
This particular regime, 3. I'll say 9 for the future regime.
Yeah.
We don't even know what the future gonna be. I'm still giving him a 9%.
Hey, Scrappy's with you. He's on a scale of 10. He's a 3.
Oh yes, he said 3.
Is a negative 4. Damn. Greg says he's about a 5.
Yeah.
Young Bucks, old goats has a point. Shula always drafted a QB even when he had Marino.
Yeah, he did. A lot of people don't even pay attention to that because of Marino. Didn't realize that if Dan can go down at any time, he wanted.
By the way,
so competent enough.
When Ryan Tannehill was our quarterback, right? This was all right. This was back in 2016, I want to say. 2016, 2017. I seen a stat where Miami drafted a quarterback one time in the 2000s, right? Since Brady was drafted. Belichick drafted 9 quarterbacks.
Wow, that ought to tell you right there who's got a winning philosophy. When you got the best quarterback, the most accomplished quarterback that played the game on your roster, and yet you're still going to draft his replacement just in case he was to go down and never come back again.
Yeah.
You always got to prepare for the inevitable, and that's what separates good franchises from bad ones. Even when you got a blue chip stock in your portfolio, you still scout the next blue chip and
Yeah.
throw them in them smaller cap companies in there to balance things out, just in case that blue chip has an Enron type CEO and goes bust.
Omar Brown says his confidence level is a 4. So not too many people are confident.
4.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
nobody went over a 5 to think that this regime was going to finally address the offensive line.
Mm. Mm.
All right. Crypto, same question. And on a scale of 1 through 10, what's your confidence level of them drafting a receiver?
A receiver?
Yeah,
It's a little
another wide
higher
receiver.
because if we're hitting the reset and just the fix is fully in, then I'll say 9
Yeah.
for the
This
next
regime,
regime.
especially.
Yeah.
Craig
Yeah.
says 2, 6, 8. Greg says 8.
Yeah, it's high. This one, yeah. I'm saying 8 or 9. Yeah, they'll do it when it comes to that position. As far as
So let me ask you the question: are the receivers over or under 6 feet?
under, if it's this regime, next regime over. They're definitely under 6 feet if it's this group of people doing it. Drafting.
Yeah, I think we have the lollipop guild.
The lollipop guild. We are the lollipop guild and Munchkin land, right?
5 feet, 5 foot. Scrappy says 5'4", and they're getting shorter.
Damn.
Damn.
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road.
Hey, who knows?
Follow the yellow brick road.
Listen, I have an idea. They might trade for Kyler Murray and make him a wide receiver.
Follow the yellow brick road. 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 Follow the yellow brick. Follow the yellow brick. Follow the yellow brick road.
Man. Yeah, Greg says he sees it. Yeah, them drafting, trading for Kyler Murray and converting him to a wide receiver.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz, because he is a wizard of Wiz, forever a wizard was, forever a wizard was, the Wizard of Oz is one because of the wonderful things he does. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
And you have that shit memorized. But anyway,
that's my favorite movie, at least musical.
So anyway, listen, man, I appreciate y'all for coming through, man. Please make sure you hit the like button. Maybe we draft a quarterback and a rookie quarterback beats out Tua in camp. That would be crazy.
There we go. That's the doubling up at the position right there. That gives it the probability, right? Bring a whole bunch of them in and just say, hey, just go at it. It's a free fall, right?
Hey, but listen, I think
the
if they draft the quarterback
right?
and Mike Daniels still the QB, the coach, whatever, I don't think he's gonna beat out. I don't think he'll beat out Tua in camp. If it's another quarterback, maybe another coach, he might have a chance. But we'll see, man. Listen, at the end of the day, we still got how many more painful games? With 17. It's a 17 game season. We're down with 4, so carry the 1. We have 13 more painful games to go. So, yep. Hey, I think Jakeem Grant is available. Hell, I think, yeah. I think
Jakeem Grant.
I think that's McDaniel's wet dream right there, Jakeem Grant.
Yeah, it is. He's short, fast, and he
Mhm.
can jump. He can do
Yeah.
backflips.
He'll probably have him as the third quarter.
Jakeem
As
Grant
his
was
top
good in
receiver.
doing. He knew how to do backflips as well. So yeah, Jakeem it fits the mold.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
But the positive with Jakeem Grant is he doesn't tackle IG models.
Do you think that he will pass out in the poppy seed field?
Probably not. But anyway, hey, man, listen, I appreciate y'all for staying tuned. Remember, drive time is this Friday. So, fins up, everybody.
Yeah, fins up, everybody.
Peace.